With the constant evolution of the gaming industry, there have been developers who've put an emphasis on survival, creating some of the most hardcore games out there. There's a ton of different ways to showcase the survival mechanics of a game, oftentimes opting for an over-the-shoulder third-person view, but some of these games utilize a first-person perspective, and games like these seek to not only test your skills, but also give you an idea of what that survival experience might feel like. Green Hell is one of the most hardcore survival games out there, and it is not to be taken lightly. You're thrown deep into the Amazonian rainforest, the titular Green Hell, with only a radio to guide you. The story progresses as you trek through the jungle while scanning your surroundings constantly just to survive in the inhospitable place. Designed as a psychological thriller, the story of the game puts emphasis on the psychological aspects of what it means to survive in extreme conditions. The environment isn't your only struggle here, as the ruthless isolation and constant fight for survival will force you to face your fears. With something bound to go wrong at every turn, survival here will require strong willpower, making for an intense, no-nonsense type of survival game. You know, survival games are a great way to torment yourself, and if you're looking to scratch that specific itch, you might want to look at Scum. You're a criminal who's thrown into a ruthless open world in a near dystopian future filled with bloodthirsty wildlife, AI-controlled threats, and other players just like you. Like other survival games, Scum is about surviving and eventually growing to dominate your surroundings as you grow stronger. It relies heavily on ultra-realistic survival mechanics and visuals, powered by Unreal Engine 4, which gives Scum a stunning rendered environment. Primarily targeted at gamers willing to invest their time into a grueling and brutal experience, the complex simulation in the game makes every detail matter. Eating the right diet and keeping wounds free from infection are just as key to your survival as your ability to deal with the physical threats. The Long Dark is an open-world game set in the depths of the winter wilds of Canada, where a geomagnetic storm has destroyed all electronic devices, leaving you alone to explore the expansive frozen wilderness. Survival is your only goal, and you'll have to decide what that looks like on a day-to-day basis. Hostile wildlife and things like hypothermia, in addition to starvation, will keep you on the edge of survival. Scouring the wilderness for supplies and utilizing and maintaining your life-saving gear will be instrumental in ensuring you don't meet your end prematurely. This brutal wilderness experience makes for an underrated survival game that deserves more attention for how good it really is. 7 Days to Die presents an open-world survival experience set in a post-apocalyptic world, hinting at a recent nuclear Third World War and a global pandemic that triggered a zombie outbreak. In line with the FPS survival genre, in 7 Days to Die you have to survive your surroundings by building bases and managing your health and hunger, a lot of which are difficult in the early stages. Offering players many things like a vast world to explore, a massive amount of things to craft or build, and combat encounters with a large array of unique zombie types, there's a lot in this game worth surviving to see. Build your base, plant and grow gardens for resources, or brave it all by setting off into the wilderness for supplies or wild game to hunt, in a game that has an impressive mix of building, action, and survival. Rust is a multiplayer open-world survival game that is set on the shores of a distant island, where you wake up completely naked, arming yourself with just a rock and a torch. The gameplay doesn't deviate much from the usual survival formula found in other games. However, as the gameplay progresses, Rust introduces you to its blueprint system, which encourages you to find and build better tools. The thing is, finding them isn't going to be easy. All of this happens while you're battling with other players, most of whom are just there to kill you on sight. In this game, everything wants you to die. The wildlife, the environment itself, and definitely the other players. If you're looking for a challenging experience to overcome, exceeding every limit just to survive, Rust might offer you the best experience in a grueling world where you have to do whatever it takes just to last another night. Subnautica is undoubtedly among the most unique survival games out there, with equally intriguing lore. The gameplay is gripping from the very first moment, as after an intense crash landing from your spaceship, you end up on an alien planet with nothing but miles and miles of ocean surrounding you. Your goal now is to roam the planet, discover different environments, each having different life forms to discover, and just surviving as long as possible. Subnautica truly captures the fear and excitement that comes with underwater exploration, and that setting by itself is what makes this game so great. We've come a long way from having Minecraft as our only experience for a first-person survival game. Make sure you give one of these games a try if you're interested, and check out thegamer.com for more lists like these.